things done. But yeah, he'll join. Cool. All right, cool. Well, let's start anyway with intentions and distractions for the call. I'm going to actually rearrange the order a little bit because I really want to talk about nice token. I really want to talk about give power, so I'm going to move this stuff down. But anyway, my intentions are here on the agenda and also like pretty much in order now. Sorry about my Notion hiccups. Oh gosh. Anyway, you get it. These are my intentions. And my distractions are that, well, I'm in this Pacific time zone, and so it's 7 a.m. and this time zone really sucks. It doesn't give me any time to really get into things before I woken up and looked at my computer. So anyway,
GM Lauren.
GM family. I'll pass it to Cherrick.
Thank you, Lara, and hello, guys. My intention for the call is talking about the Give Power ranking site. And with distractions today, I have guests, and maybe sometimes I'm not focused here. I pass it to Muhammad.
Hey everyone, as next week I'm off and I will travel tomorrow, I'm here just for listening and staying in the loop. I pass it to Amin.
Hello. My intention is to talk about Give Power boosting design, talking about bridging token for Give Power. I did some investigation. And yeah, then the release that we had about Ichi, that it was good improvement in the backend, and that's it. Nothing comes to my mind. Maybe distraction is I'm tired. That I pass it to Moni.
GM guys, my intention for the call is following up the backend design of the boosting according to the meeting that we have. But the problem is that the design is changing, so maybe the analysis have to be changed. And that's my mission only. I'm a little distracted. The same reason for Amin. I'm tired. I pass it on to Mitch.
Hello, I am here to listen about Give Power, nice token, Angel Vault, and no distractions. I'll give it to Katya.
Hey guys, so I'm here to listen as well. Same as what Mitch basically just said, and see if there's anybody here that would be able to assist with the delegation project that I'm just starting. I posted in the community channel, just wondering who I need to tap on the shoulder. I think I messaged you, Katabi. I don't know if Katabi's on this call. I messaged Griff and I tagged you, Lauren. So yeah, I don't know if this is the call for that, but that's something I have on the back of my mind, as well as learning about all these other things like Give Power, Nice Token, and Angel Vault.
Thanks, Katya. Do you want to pass it to somebody?
Sorry, let's see. I'm gonna do Cherrick.
I wasn't it when I pass it to Mo. Yeah.
Hi everyone. I'm here for the Give Power and boosting and personal thing. And administration. I don't know who I should ask. Can you do it, Lauren?
Yeah. Let's pass it to Jess. Oh, was I muted? No. Okay, maybe Jesse can talk. Then I'll pass it to Sam. Welcome, Sam.
Hello. Intentions for the call. Lauren just told me that you want to launch what we have of GivePower like next week. I could not do much more than what I did in the last day, the last call. I could work a little bit more on it, but there are still some stuff that must be done, and I've seen that there are some things that has to be added in the contracts, so they have to be fixed. And I am sorry, I mean, because I have been ignoring your messages the whole week. I've been with the release of the IBM CRISPR, and I will go through them. I guess that I still have to do some other things in order to from other projects, but we could work on it like between today and tomorrow maybe, so we can at least have this the contracts fixed. And I also would like to I was wondering if the other parts, the front end and everything, are already working. These are the critical things also for the launch. So I am here to listen which is the plan and help with my part. And I don't know who else is missing.
We can pass it to Jess, who is going to go.
Hi everyone. Intention for this call is learning about GivePower and everything what's going on with it, and listening. And distractions. I'm just waiting for food to get delivered, and that's. And I'll pass it to.
Hello, Franco.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, and let's pass it to Smin M Pepe. PP, I don't know. We're doing intentions and instructions for the call if you want to say hi.
I have nothing to say. I'm just listening.
Okay. Well, cool. Welcome. Cool. Great. Well, welcome everybody. That's great. I'm excited. I want to jump into GivePower first because, like as Sam mentioned, I mean, I want to like push for an aggressive, like, let's get it out next week. And then like worst case scenario, the following week at the beginning of the week, because I'm going to be off in Mitch and Griff like that in like less than 2 weeks, kind of like in like a week and a half. So I want to make sure that it's launched and out and everything working. So I really want to push on GivePower, sticking and locking, make sure that everything's tested, contracts are tested. If we need to change any things on the contracts to fix them, make sure the front end is working well and all the comms is in order. So that's like major where I want to put like the most of our attention to start. So I just want to start with that and cover kind of some of the things that are here. I guess actually the first thing that like is like, oh, light bulb mild cause for concern is that some of you were saying that there are some changes that you need to make in the contracts. Are these like big changes? Are what's the best way to solve them? Do you and Amin like want to have like a one-on-one call maybe right after this one, and we could end this call early and you could go through it?
Yes, I think that we could do that. They are for now. I didn't find like anything that is broken, but there are some things that that needs a little bit of order, and finishing the tests, and for instance, it is not completely following the ERC20.
Pues yo lo voy a leer, porque además va ligado con lo que estamos hablando.
Oh, Javi, can you please mute?
Creo que casi 2 veces entero.
It's okay. I'll just start remuting. Oh, you did. Okay.
Okay. So they are like some changes in the contract that do not affect the behavior, but it was like, okay, maybe that should be included. Like, for instance, if we are going to have a token that is going to be the GivePower token, non-transferable GivePower token, it should have a name and a symbol, right? And maybe the decimals. So these are things that have to be included in the contract, and probably we find other things. So we can work on this today and tomorrow. And next week I have like real vacations. Like no, I won't be able to work at all. So if we can raise the contracts this week, it will be even better than. So next week you can focus on the communication and everything. But if we can have it like between today, tomorrow, and maybe even the weekend, much better.
Amazing. Okay, that sounds great. Can you guys, because I think most of it has to do with you and Amin talking together. Can you guys like meet right after this call? Like just like stay on the call and start sorting those things out?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Because I and maybe even we'll end this call early if we can get through the rest of the stuff. And I actually want to say one more thing that I realized is something that is kind of important that we have. I would love for the ability for people, for the DAO to vote to unlock tokens, a particular address's tokens, in case something goes wrong, or, you know, like if in case we're getting like major complaints from users. And Amin was telling me that that's not something we've built yet. And I'm wondering if that's something that we could build easily and test, or is it too much to ask for?
Which is the use case that you would vote in order to unlock everything? Or
I would love it if we could choose to unlock a single address's tokens, if possible. Maybe it's too much, but like the use case being, you know, that I don't know, like somebody locked their tokens for 26 week and then they had no idea what was going on. I can't imagine. I don't know. I just, like, Marco was emphasizing the importance of like yelling at the user 100 million times that they're about to lock their tokens and they won't be able to unlock them. And I think like doing too much of that would discourage people from actually going and locking the tokens. And like I think in most most instances when you're locking tokens, it's not like you have to click confirm 100 times. So like I think the best way to do it is like just to be like, well, I mean, we could undo it if people got super upset, and like leave kind of the you know, the UI that we currently have, where we do already tell them that they're locking their tokens until a certain date.
And it will be a governance. Who will be able to vote on that? Everyone who has Give.
No, I think NRGive.
Really?
No, you don't think?
Come on, you are saying everyone will lock their tokens unless the people who, in NRGive who are going to be able to unlock their tokens if they want.
No, I think NRGive could vote on like unlocking a particular address in like a weird fluke case. Not that anyone in NRGive could unlock their tokens.
It's unfair, but yeah, we can add it.
I think, I mean, just as a protection, like, I mean, we could do it that like we do it as a snapshot vote. I don't know. And we do like a snapshot vote, and it's something we have control over. Or it's something that like a multi-sig has control over that we do based on a vote. Give token holders.
There is another thing. because the contract is upgradable, you can always do that. If you have the, I mean, the contract is
That's definitely
upgradable
not a good idea.
because it's upgradable. It's anyone can any complaint like that. The people who is able to upgrade the contract can do anything with that. So it's already a governance flow in some sense. But we are already working with these assumptions that when Energive decides to break the contract, they will be able to. So it will not be. I don't see it as breaking anything. It is something that can be done.
And we would be able to upgrade the contract to maintain the lock of the majority of like locked give, but not one address or a couple of addresses. Would we be able to upgrade the contract like that?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's if you want, what we can do is that do not include this this functionality unless somebody gets very mad and we have to unlock those tokens.
Okay.
But it's also a constraint that it's not going to be. You understand what I mean, right? It's like we are putting constraints, but we are not tying them enough. And by governance, we can remove those constraints when we want, and it may be something that can be used in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a concern that I am just saying, but it's already how it was working until now. So
okay.
no.
Well, I think that's okay then. So I mean, as long as there's like, yeah, but that would look like we would have to develop like a new contract and test something and then upgrade it and like hope everything goes right?
Yes. It is not a problem to add new functionalities that change the behavior of a contract. The only things that are difficult to upgrade is when you change the structure of the data, things like this. These are difficult. But when you want to add new functionalities, because the unlock is already present, upgrading the contract and creating this functionality that the Energive can unlock a particular address, it's easy.
Okay, that's fine. That's good enough for me then. Then let's not spend more development energy on that for now, unless it becomes necessary, and we can just focus like cleaning up the contracts and finishing the tests
Okay.
as like a priority for you and Amin.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, guys. That's great. All right, cool. So the other things I wanted to mention, I mean, the snapshot vote has passed, so we're okay to use the 7 million give from the token distro for this incentives program. I guess like next steps would be that we kind of have to like allocate that. They're like, give a unipool permission and all these things. I mean, or Mitch, what are the next things that we have to do in order to like make sure that we can have the incentives go out, and when should we do that?
Oh, I think it's just the same thing that just happened for the Angel Vault.
Yeah,
So then
right. We have to
Amin,
like grant role.
yeah, Amin just has to grant the Unipool distributor role and then allocate it the whatever we said, 6 million. Was it 6 or 7?
7.
7 million give from.
For which program you said?
For the Give Power.
Give Power rewards. From the
we don't need,
distributor.
it has already the Give Power has already the distributor role. Just we need to two things: assign more value to it, on token distro and transfer token. token distro.
Okay.
Are the tokens already in the token distro, or are we taking
They're
it from
already
somewhere?
in. They're already in the
Okay.
token distro. I think.
So then-
I mean, I'm pretty sure, but maybe correct me if I'm wrong. But they were part of the future roadmap allocation, and I'm pretty sure all that's in the token distro.
I cannot say for sure. Sorry, I don't take care of this detail, this kind of thing. My
That's
bad.
fine. So the only thing you need to do is allocate 7 million, or assign 7 million to
Yes,
the uni pool.
Yeah, that should be done by multisig.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Maybe could you make that multi-sig transaction? I mean, and then I'll cat herd for it.
Yes, but do you have any timeline for when we want to release GivePower?
I want to release GivePower. I would love to release GivePower by Thursday, August 11th. And worst case scenario, the 15th.
Oh, you don't want audit? You don't want a completing test? I don't know
No, I do. I do.
How much extent SEM has added tests. I don't know if that's enough or not. Maybe we should take a look at that. Probably there is a chance that we need to add more tests, and also ask others to audit the smart contract.
Who can audit the smart contract?
Oh, that's a question that probably Gurif has good answer for it.
All right. Okay. So can we have it so that it's ready to be audited like by tomorrow, like worst case end of tomorrow, and then I can, at least we have a few days, maybe we can like aggressively get someone to look at it.
Guys, if it's going to be audited, it's not going to be audited in August.
A few days. No.
So no no way. I don't see any way that it can be audited by August. I think that what we need to do is to see which is the risk on it. Because if it was holding a lot of funds, how much GIF is it going to hold, and for how much time, right? This is the key. If everyone is going to lock their GIF just at once, then and it gets hacked, and we cannot stop it in any way, we are fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like the treasury of Give, or it's not the garden, or it's not the token distro. You know what I mean? It's like people's Give.
Yeah. We've been pretty consistent with getting things audited, at least by Olexi or somebody, so I think it should be audited before it goes out.
Well, we've been getting things audited after they go out. Like the GIVeconomy audit was done way after the fact, like after we launched. So, I mean, I think, getting it audited beforehand is a good idea, but that's not what we did. It took forever to get that audit, and like we launched
from Olexi or from whoever they were called, Power?
Both. I mean, both. And I think I think that somebody looked at it a little bit, but didn't do like a full audit before we launched. But I can check in with Griff and see what actually happened and what he thinks.
No, we were lucky that it wasn't hacked before we found out that something happened, but we were lucky. And I should say that the smart contract of GIVeconomy was not written for us only. It was already available before, and it was audited multiple times by Edu, I think, at least, and other person. I remember. Let me say. By Jesus. Many eyes looked at that, and it was audited. Of course, the other audit that we had was, didn't find anything on the smart contract we had. It was something on OneHive DAO, on the garden. By the way, in my view, we should not be on. We should not be in hurry to release it soon. As I said, it doesn't have tests. I don't know. I'm not talking about tests that Sam has added. We need more tests, and it should be audited by at least 2 professionals.
Yeah.
I still think that the risk is important to assess, because who is going to? I mean, the main source of Giveth, the main treasury of Giveth, is not going to be held in this contract. So if we use it, if there is enough eyes now that everything looks fine, it's also not a complicated thing, and it can be upgraded at any moment. I am more in the team of, for this case, it can be out without with a lot of risk, without a lot of risk.
I'm assuming there's ways to pause the contract.
Because it's upgradable, and it's upgradable by a multisig, not even a voting. That will take.
But is there a pause contract function? Like, can it be paused without upgrading it?
The upgrade itself is can pause the contract.
Okay.
I mean, you can.
We would be able to pause the contract through the Giveth main multisig.
Yes. That's the point. That you just redeploy the contract at the require false when in the function that you don't want to be used, or you even remove that function, and it cannot be used anymore. So it's something that
can. Like, as long as I see what you mean. As like maybe something happens and we just would know that we need to pause the contract.
Yeah.
And we don't know what or how, but we know we need to pause it. I think Sam's got a good enough point, because it seems like doing an audit would add at least 3 weeks.
Yeah. So we were looking at, when we decided when we estimated the amount of give to use for incentives, we were looking at the amount of give that was staked in the give farm from the dashboard that Fabio made, and it's been going up like relatively linearly, like since launch until now, and now there's like a little bit over 10 million give being staked, and that like at the end, if we continued on that like linear trajectory at the end of the 6
there is even another thing, that it is not going to be the give that people stakes, the give that is going to be lost.
Oh, it's just what they lost.
Because it doesn't go inside the contract. The only thing that is inside the contract is the rewards. So they could steal the rewards if there is some weird case in which we didn't take a look.
Oh, so it would be the incentive. So it would be 7 million give that would be at stake.
Yes. I mean, it's a lot still, and if they drop them in the market, it could be catastrophic.
Yeah.
But it will not be like the entire GIVeconomy.
Totally. Okay. All right. So I don't know. Catastrophic could be the entire give. We need somebody to look at it at least, it sounds like.
Of course.
Like maybe even if it's not a full audit, we can see if we can get like Edu or Alexi to look at it within like just in a few days to see if anything like glaring pops out, and then we can make a decision after that. Like if it's going to be necessary to do a full audit, it's like going to be like over a month until we are actually able to launch this like thing that I think would be great if we could get it. Like, I want it to be safe, obviously, but also like the sooner we can make it possible for people to be locking their Give, then the better it is. Also, I mean, it's a balance. The better it is for the Give economy if they're not dumping their Give, assuming nothing goes wrong. And also the better it is to like, you know, get this part of Give Power out, and so that we can, you know, push and work on boosting. So I guess let's, you know, focus on the tests and the small contract tweaks today and tomorrow, and I'll try to coordinate with Griff to see if we can get somebody to take a look at the contracts and get a little bit of either like recommendation that we should really do like a full audit and how long will it take, or if they think that it would be okay, and we could also just continue to assess the risk if you know, 7 million Give would be at stake. Okay, cool. But let's move on so that we can get through some of the other things that are on here, just assuming, yeah, to be moving forward. Katabe is going to be hosting a testing party for Give Power. I don't know when it'll be. I think it's either going to be tomorrow or early next week, just to get a few different people from comms in there testing. So if you wanted to join it, I just put the link to the doodle here. The other thing I wanted to talk about was this, like, there's this issue about, you know, we made it so that you can see the default APRs when your wallet isn't connected. But I noticed that we don't have it set up that, like, we're not seeing the Give Power card on mainnet yet. So I want to make sure that we see the Give Power on mainnet, and that when the user clicks stake, it like asks them to, you know, bridge and stuff.
Yeah, I implemented that, and I clicked the PR, I think. After
you did?
But, yeah.
Fast. You're so fast. The things you do while I'm asleep.
I can demo that if you
Sure,
like
yeah.
to see. Yeah. Let me check the PR. Excuse me. Show page. Share the screen. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
Yeah. Yeah. When my wallet is not connected, the power card display here. Let's go to the connect the wallet.
Cool, nice.
The Ethereum. So when we tap on the stake button, it shows the stake Give. Yeah, and when you click on bridge, let's go to the Omni bridge and switch network. You switch to the Gnosis chain.
Wow. Tarek, you're so fast. Thank you so much. That looks great. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Is it enough, or you want to add
It is
something?
great.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything I wanted and more. Cool. So then, actually, I mean, you also talk about bridging. I don't know if you saw my comment, but I think like trying to set it up so that we have like transactions that's like bridging the users' tokens would be cool. But maybe if we can get it out without that and then implement that after, it would be, you know, better. I would rather like focus on the test and making sure what we have is ready than like adding this new functionality. What do you think, Amin?
Testing what? This Give Power or this bridging?
I don't want to implement the, you know, the auto bridge thing where the user clicks stake and then it does the transactions to bridge their Give. I don't want to have to implement that because I think it'll like take a little bit more work. And I'd rather like focus that energy on, you know, making sure the contracts are tested and clean as they are now. Like what Cherik implemented is like good. It's like good in the UI, like, you know, the user clicks, they get the link to the Omni bridge, they can go do it themselves and come back, switch network. It's like solved.
Okay.
Solved for now, I think.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
start.
Okay, awesome. And cool. Then the only other thing that I have here, there were a bunch more issues in the Give Power that I assigned you to check. Did you have any issues, like any questions or any problems with any of them that we should look at right now?
No, I see them, but I didn't have enough time because today and well distracted by guests. But I think tonight or tomorrow I will fix all of them. I saw them. Most of them are not big issues, and just for average APR, maybe I should check the calculations again. But other things in progress, and I think tonight or tomorrow we'll finish.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think the average APR was the only like issue that was kind of bigger. Great. Okay, if you have any questions, then yeah, just leave a comment in there. And thank you so much for working on that.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, and then the last thing I had was the delegation thing. So I asked I want to start collecting data from delegates when we like launch the staking and locking thing. So like I asked Katya to work on this and like getting together a type form and figuring out kind of like what information we want to ask the delegates. I think we're going to need to ask them for their address or like a link to their Giveth profile, like some of the projects that they're interested in. And yeah, she had some questions on that and is kind of like looking for people that she can also ask things to. Katya, do you have anything like quick that you wanted to add or ask about that right now?
Yeah, it's not really quick, but I put it in the I put it in the communications channel. I wasn't really sure where to put it. So if you guys can take a look and just kind of point me in the right direction, because I'm still very new and learning, so I'm not sure who to ask, what for who for what. And also I don't have enough knowledge right now to put together what the criteria would be for the delegates, what the deadlines are, what niches we want to target, like all that kind of stuff. And for example, like what the requirements would be of a delegate. So if you have any of these answers like popping in your head right now, then if you could please share it in the channel or just message me, DM, and then let me know and I can, we could jump on a call. But yeah, like I put it in the communications channel. So give me a hand, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah, I just took a look and there's a lot of great questions in there. Thank you, Katya. So if anyone can help support on that, it would be super great. Because yeah, if we can just get delegate information right now and we have like the right picture of what we want, then after when we're kind of like designing the how to delegate to who and how to pick your delegate, it'll be a lot better. So maybe like if Mo, you could take a look, I think that would be really helpful for sure. And Mitch, you always have good ideas about everything, so maybe you could take a look. Okay, anyone else who wants to. Great. Awesome. Okay, cool. That's all I have for Give Power staking and locking. The next thing I want to check, just because it's also time sensitive, is Angel Vault. And if there's anything like critical we need to do, we might want to talk about this in the research call, because there's like a few different steps that require the OneGive multisig to set things up. Like, we have to actually like put the OneGive into the Angel Vault, and I think we need Griff also to answer these things. But is there anything aside from like making sure that we have the liquidity in the Angel Vault that we need to do before Thursday that we should talk about here?
Oh, excuse me. What was the question? Can you tell me? I was
Angel Vault. I'm thinking about the Angel Vault, and I want to make sure that there's nothing else we have to do to make sure that the incentives program goes live.
Everything is ready. Everything is ready. Just take a look. I will be there on Thursday to see it starts at the time that we need. Mohammed is off, and yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Great. All right. So other things on the agenda. Okay, so we've got nice token and give power boosting and ranking, which I think like maybe we pay attention to either one. Does somebody have a preference or something? They're like, I was here to talk about that. No. Okay. So maybe
Sorry,
well, no. So
Lauren.
there's nothing. Oh, go ahead, Moni.
Sorry, interrupting you. For boosting, we had a meeting. We talked a little about the design and backend side. As we talked, we have to make the final analysis these days because we have to start working on the backend side. But some question arise, and after that, Mosaidi sent me some new designs, and to me and Amin also. So I was wondering that we're gonna have changes, or do we want to have put it in the agenda to finalize the boosting process again,
Sorry,
revise
Monique.
it or
Sorry,
not?
Monique.
Go ahead.
Those prototype was not actually the new design to just follow them up and develop them. Lauren, in the meeting that I was asking you, I'm going to talk about that, and then we can actually decide what we should do.
Okay, so I just want asking to put it in the agenda if we want to, if we're gonna having changes in the future.
Yeah.
And also, I think that the my accounts part, the changing the percentage or allocation maybe, it might have some effects on the design of the boosting in the single project page. So I think these two should be go forward with each other. So if, for example, on the boosting model, we're just assuming the percentage for a specific project, so it's okay that in my accounts side, they can change it. So I think especially edge cases has to be addressed if you want to design good backend things. This is just the only things that I can remind.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so yeah, Mo and I have a call after this call to go through the designs a little bit more on that. Yeah, I'm happy. I don't know, Mo, if it makes sense for Monique to also perhaps join, then if there's any like red flags on edge cases, we could bring them up there.
No, it's not any red flags. I mean, yeah, you can join if you want, Monique. But I was just going through some. I was just trying to go through some improvement on the boosting overall, to see if it can help anyway. And I mean, it's not something that I decided to just hand it over to the developers. It's not final. It's just an option open for discussion.
Okay, cool, nice. Well, I'm down to either just do it us or have Monique there as well. Whatever makes the most sense.
Lauren,
yeah,
how long
I'm
you
happy
will be
to do either way.
available?
We could also.
Sorry,
Huh?
how long you will be available? You will not go to Burning Man, and always will be available.
I will be. Yeah, I'll be gone August 18. Pretty much completely offline for 3-ish weeks.
Okay, so before that, we should decide what to implement.
Yep.
And yeah, we can talk about options. Musaidi has prepared few options for all of them are valuable and can be discussed. Yeah, till now, it's just said that people unanimously decided to forget the expand and decrease idea. For instance, if someone allocate give powers 100% goes and the next one comes, it become half, and expand and compress the compressing the percentages makes the backend complicated. that was the idea, everyone can say. As was, it's the idea at the beginning seems great, but if you really think about the technical aspects and details and side and edge cases that would happen, maybe it will be very hard for the user to explain what happened to the person, to those percentages. It was, I think, I don't know, Mitch, Monique, you could say your idea about that, and others who think that whether we should keep the expanding and decreasing the percentages or no. Going for the static numbers that the user himself or herself can change, that increase and decrease them later on the table, on the dashboard. That's the main thing. And also Mosaidi had prepared another ideas about, giving user those few option 1x, 5x, or 10x. That's is valuable idea, brilliant idea, but it's another topic. Yeah, but about that percentages, that was the thing that I would like to,
So you are suggesting to consider, instead of using percentages, just be using the number of give power?
No. I
pick it up,
think what?
Can I pick it up, Amin? Because
Of course.
I know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, because I heard Amin talking about this, and I talked to Mosaid, and we bounced some things, and so it was like power users will want to directly allocate the exact percentage, right? So we want to say, I want to put 23% on this project, I want to put 50% on another project, and like that will be super useful for people to have direct control over the allocations. But then starting out with something that's simpler and then adding in options to make it more complex.
What if we, maybe I'll talk to Mo about this, but what if we just made it so that when you click boost on project single page, it automatically only gives 10% of your give power every single time, you don't adjust it there. And the only place you're able to adjust it is in my account, where you adjust all the percentages.
Yeah.
Then it makes it a lot cleaner and solves the problem of like, if you want to allocate 25, 25, 25, you don't have to think like first 50 and then 50, then
so
36.
Let me just get ahead of you there, because that's basically that's almost what we basically came to. It was just like a balanced. So like the first time you click boost, it just allocates 100%. The second time, 50%. The time after that, 33%, 25%. And then it just equally divides it. So there's no like sliding, like how much percent you want to allocate.
Cool.
And then when you go to my allocations, then you can you could directly control it that way if you wanted, if you cared. You could also just, anyone want to go ahead, or should I? Okay. So then you can have like just a balanced default. You could have a ranked default. So like this is my top pick, my second pick, my third pick. The user doesn't have to directly control any percentages. Then the third option is like power user. Like I want to directly control the exact percentage.
I think we just eliminate, I like the idea. I think we can just eliminate the power user option, and then like power users have to go to my account and adjust everything there. And then we just keep the UI more simple. Yeah.
What?
Cool, I like that. That's a great idea.
If user has allocated 95% of his power, the boost.
I think they always will have allocated 100%. So when you click boost the first time, 100% goes. You click boost on the second project, 50% stays on the first one, 50% goes to the new one. You click a third project, now it's 33. And the user's never looking at these percentages unless they go into my account. But I like where this is going, but I think like maybe Mo has already worked on designs for this, and I want to look at them with him, and then we can have another meeting and communicate this more broadly across. But we only have 8 minutes left, and I want to just make sure that we touch on whatever else is in the agenda. There's not that much, but
But just give me a few seconds. The edge case is not clear for me. We should discuss it later. For instance, if 90% you have allocated 90% to 2 projects, what happens if you click and allocate a boost to another project? What happens? We should talk about edge cases. Other edge cases may come to my mind or others.
I think in that case, just to answer your question, like you're never gonna have a case where you've only allocated 90%. You always are allocating 100%.
On the table, user can
no, but on the table, I think when you click manage on the table, we have to make it so that the numbers always equal 100%. It's like you have to it'll auto adjust them somehow, and we can figure out the best logic for doing that. But it's we make it so that the user is forced to make all the the thing total 100%. So you can adjust them, and then it'll decrease them somewhat to make them all total to 100% all the time. So it's the user's always using 100% of their give power. Does that make sense?
Lauren, we should invent many things.
I think that I think it is not the case, because you can stake and lock your tokens without saying which project you want to have it, right?
Yeah, but
this
in
is
that
totally
case,
not related, Sam. It's not related.
No, it is related, because if you
We're
stake
talking
and
about
lock
boosting.
your tokens, yeah, I know. He's saying your give power will increase, and your give power will increase proportionally on all projects when you add new give power. Okay. And when you give power goes away, it decreases proportionally on all the projects, and that happens in the back end, and the user doesn't have to do anything.
To the top 10.
Yeah, sure, we can do the top 10.
That is the requirement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the top 10. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, great. Are we okay with this for now?
I can read it and discuss it in an issue with Mitch and Mohamed or you or anyone who is available to answer my question.
Great. Yeah, that sounds good. But for the next couple of hours, only focus on staking locking with Sam, and then we can talk about boosting after. Thanks. Okay, cool. Yeah, great. I feel fine about boosting. And then there were a bunch of more issues created for nice token, so I just wanted to give Mitch a second if there's anything you wanted to highlight or bring up.
Most of this is going to be stuff that we'll talk about on the research call. The only thing is the API, merging the API for givebacks and nice, which Mohammed has an issue for.
And Mohammed, is there any questions you have on that, or are you good?
No, Mitch explained it to me in DM.
We haven't even done the first